Okay, I wanted to make a video on how to implement a random uh, terrain tile uh, as a hack. So basically, let's just start off by bringing this up here. This is the tool set. We'll use the Royal for this. So go Royal next. There we go. This area has been skip changes. Okay, here we are. I just want a plain one. So this is Q or P. We'll use the P301. So let's go ahead and grab that real quick. We'll use NW Explorer. Now if we go to main data, and TTF would be your forest, TTR would be royal. So let's go here, go under models. I think it was P301 if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, P301, plain sheet of grass. Yes, tile. Okay, it's not raised. They don't have anything on it. It's plain. Perfect for what we want to use. Okay, we'll export that to the Royal here. Yes, and I have a folder already made for Royal. So you'd want to make one of those as well. Or you know what, here, better yet, export. Let's just start from scratch. I'll go ahead and delete this Royal folder. I'll make one Royal, and I'm exporting it to there. Okay, there. Now we want to, let's say we want to say there's a tile you look at, you're like, oh, I like this tile right here, or I'd like what's on this tile. So you can say, okay, that's TTR01 R0101. I'm looking down here. I got that on there. Okay, so R0101. So I'll go look for that. R0101. There it is. It's got the big flat rock here, some little stones or something, flat stones there, this larger rock, and this tree. Okay, a little tree. So that's the one I want. So let's go ahead and export that to the same folder. Done. Also, that'll be good enough for now. We'll go over the other stuff in a little bit. Okay. So that's done. I want to turn around and open that in Gmax then. So we're going to go new. No. Okay. So open it up as a new one. Now go to that folder. There's Royal. The one with the rocks, this one here. So we'll import that one first. And I'm going to say we want to keep this rock. Say this is the rock we want. So I'll just right click and hit hide. Now everything else isn't hidden, so I'll just highlight it all, hit the delete key. It's gone. We can take a little stroll around the area, make sure there's no stragglers or any pieces left. Good. Okay. Now that said, we want to import our other tile, the flat piece of grass one. Import. Bam. Okay, that's imported. Now we can unhide our rock. Unhide all. So right here, the only thing is you'll notice that rock don't touch the ground on this back side. The rest of it does, and that's because that big flat rock that was sitting here covered that, so it didn't have to touch the ground. However, we're not going to have that there, so we're going to need it touching the ground. So go ahead and enable mesh, hit verts, this vert here. I'm going to move it. The z-axis is here. We're going to put it at 0 because that's the ground level for this tile. Click on the next one. Again, 0. I'm talking about right down here at the z-axis. I'm setting that to 0. That's taking them down there. Now they're all at the bottom. Okay, and since we did that, it took off our thing for our texture. which is Aurora trim mesh, and click this right here, override mats value, and we'll put that back on there. So that is done. Now the only problem of it is this tile has a walk mesh on it that is meant to just be able to run anywhere, because there's no obstacles normally on this one, the one we took. So we want it, so if we just put this in the game the way it is right now, one thing we got to do real quick also before I forget, you got to grab this rock since it was new to the tile, and you want to link it, we want to link it to this Aurora base there. So it's linked, so when we export, it'll export this rock with it. Okay, now as the way it is right now, even though this rock's here, if we put it in the game, we'll run around, we'll run right through that rock. So we don't want to run through it. We need it to be saying that we cannot run through that rock. Alright, so that being said, let's do an overhead view maybe of it. Move it over here in the center, kind of zoom down a little bit. There. Now I'm going to pick the walk mesh, and it says walk mesh here, and I am going to, remember 510 is our walk mesh, plain 510. I'm just going to change, I'm going to change that. Let's do there, walk 510. So I know that's my walk mesh. Now I'm going to right click, enable mesh. When I do this, it's going to drop this walk mesh off. Bam, it dropped it. That means we're going to have to re-add that in order to use this for a walk mesh. Now I click on verts, and you see these little dots pop up, these little verts. I'm going to create some additional ones, and I'm going to create, say, one here, 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 and maybe, here and here, some points. Alright, now that said, I'm going to go ahead and turn that back off. Click my rock. Okay, rock, hide the rock. Oh, I don't know why Gmax gives you fits sometimes, but it does here. Alright. Click on this. Hide it. Hide section. Done. Click on the one that's our walk mesh. Well, no, because this is walk 510. Remember, I changed it. Okay, now that said, let's go to faces and create. Now our dots appear back up right here. So let's do like this one to here, and then say this one to here, this one, whoops, this one to this one. There. And let's see. Back it up. Back it up. Sometimes it don't want to work just right. Nope. There, we got it all enclosed. Okay, now that said, this is brown because it's dirt, and we don't want it to be dirt, so it needs to either be... Okay, so since this is brown, where if you go to, is it right there, NW tool, if you have the Vels tool plugin installed, it'll tell you that you have the choices of no walk, which means you can't walk over it, which is 7, or 2, which is obstructing, means you can't shoot through it. Kind of at a dilemma a little bit, because yes, if you're right here, you shouldn't be able to shoot through to the other side because it's tall rock, But if there's a tall creature right here and you're on the other side and you want to shoot over it, and you could actually see the taller creature, if it's obstructing, then you won't be able to shoot over it. So I don't know, half dozen one or the other. I'm going to go ahead and make it obstructing though. So it's your call, your tile, your call. So if it's going to be obstructing, it's going to be 2. So I'll set it to 2. That'll change the color to white. That's letting me know that I changed it to obstructing. So that will be non-walkable, and you can't shoot or cast spells through that. So there's that. Now that we have done that, the walk mesh part of it is complete. We just need to add our walk mesh back, which is a royal walk mesh. You see, we added it back up there. It's good. So now we can zoom out. We can unhide all. Our rock's back on there, and the white section, you can see a little bits of it is underneath that rock. So now the rock is linked to our royal base. Our walk mesh is fixed so we can't walk through the rock, and we could have moved that rock anywhere and put those anywhere. I just did it there just to be quick about it. So everything should be done. Now that said, if I put this in there as this name, if I export it as this name, it's going to override that one single grass texture. I don't really want to override it. I would like to add another tile. So, you know, say that there's 50 tile it picks from when it's creating that tile set, and it randomly generates them when you're in here. You know, you've got this one here, and this one, and this one, and this one here at the tree, and this one. So you got all these different tile. Well, however many there are total in here, I'm going to add another one. So, and ours is going to look something like this one right here, to be honest with you. But this one here is named, oh, that one showed up. That's because that's the one I toyed around with before. Let me get that out of there. I'll have to can that one. That's why that's showing up. Let me just start over from scratch. New. Yeah, save changes. Okay. Let's just call this, we'll go to Royal. I had a couple hacks in that, so that's the reason why some of that stuff was showing up. Now you won't see a single stone anywhere on here. This is a fresh one. This has no hacks in it. If you go to modules, there is no hacks at all in this, so not gonna have a problem. Okay, now so we'll need to add one, but it currently doesn't have one. But I don't want to change this. I don't want to override any of these like we did on that last video. I want to add an additional tile. So since I want to add an additional tile, I will need to go ahead and export this. It was the name of this was, if you guys remember, it was P301. That was the name of this tile right here. So if you look at our models here, P301, there was no more. It was just 3, and you can count this, can go up to like 99 if you want. It can be P03 and have like 99 different tiles. Or technically, I guess you could do 00, so you could have 100. However, they only have the 1. So I'm going to make another version of this and call it 2. And this is the green one here, by the way. So if that's what I'm going to do, in Gmax, I'll change the name here on the end, and we'll name it 2. Okay, so that's going to be another version of that tile that'll randomly pop up in there, and exported that. So that's done. Now that we exported that tile, we don't have to mess with textures because we didn't retexture it. It's still using all the same textures that was on there. If you use the, say, go to the grass tile set, not the walk tile set, the grass tile set, and use to click properties, you know, it's going to tell you it's using this texture, you know, the grass 02 texture. I didn't change any of the textures. Okay. Now, I'm going to need to open up a hack. I'm going to need to add that tile into that hack. Where I kept that tile was, we made a royal folder. We put it in here and we named it the 2, and we'll need both the model, MDL model, and the WOK for the log mesh. Let's see, open. Both those are in there. Don't need, again, we don't need the textures because they're already in the standard tile set. We didn't change those. However, we will need the .set file. So that should be under information right here. There's a .set file. Let's export that to our royal folder. And something we'll need eventually in a little bit will be templates, blueprint platelets, TTR, right here, our ITP file. We'll need this eventually. So we'll go ahead and export that in the same folder for now. Now, that being said, we need to go to that folder. I got a shortcut to my Never Winter Nights folder here. Get me in there. Royal. Okay. Now, so the .set file is here. Now, if you remember right, it was P3. A lot of these are in alphabetical order. You're looking at the model numbers right here, or the model names right here. We're in the G's right now. Usually, they should be alphabeticalized. Sometimes some of the ones that other people do, they don't. They bounce around sometimes as they continue to add or get ideas and add more tiles. Q's. P5. Well, let's see. This is P5. This is Q6. P7. P6. This is bouncing around a little. Sometimes you can spend a while trying to find them. Sometimes you stumble right on it. Bam! Right there we are. So this tile has a number. It's a tile number. Right here's the number that gives it 120. You got a number every tile in your hack. It has the model name, and then it has your mini map name, which we aren't messing with mini maps right now. That'll be another video some other time. Has the tiles, you know, it's the top left corner, grass, top left, height, 0. Everything's got to match up with the tile next to it. Since we're going to make a tile that is going to match up with the same tile as this tile is, then I'm just going to copy this because we're going to be basically going to be all the same information, right? So since it's basically going to be all the same information, or majority of the information, I'm going to highlight it all, Control C for copy. I'll scroll down here to where the last tile is in place. The last tile, which is right here, is the last one, so make a space in here for it. Control V to paste it. Now this is put in here. However, it's got to be named the name of our new tile, which is, if you remember, I named it 2 on the end, so variation of the 2. The rest of them are going to lead the same because I haven't got a new mini map made for that tile, and everything else is going to be the same because it's going to plug in the same area, same location. It's not like I'm trying to plug a desert tile set in with the grass or something like that. I do need to change the number. It's got to be the number after this. So the number was 120. I'm going to change it to 249. So 249 because that's going to be my last tile now. And what we got to do now is go up here to the top. And we got to change the number of tile. And the tiles start with 0. Our first tile is 0. So that's usually why it says 249 already, because it's counting the 0 tile. Since I added one, it's now going to actually should read 250 because we have 49 tile plus this tile 0. So that is done. Now we can hit save. And once that's done, we can grab our hack. We can add that .set file because we've saved it now with our changes. Open that. There we go. And we want to save as. We want to save this in our hack folder. What do we want to name it? Let's just name it New Royal. Okay. It's actually just an add-on for the Royal, but we'll just call it New Royal. Just keep it simple. There. So that's saved. We're going to have to close that out now, unfortunately. I'm going to save as, and we're just going to call this New Royal so I can keep track of this, what we're working on. New Royal. Or how about New Standard Tile Sets. There, something like that. Save it. Here's that. Now we want to add New Royal, the hack we just made. New Royal right here. Add that. Done. Go to our area. I don't see any single stone yet, so let's see if we can get the pop-up. Oh, there it was. Bam. See, right down here, if you look down in this title area right here, it's going to tell you TTR01 P0302. That's the one we made with our lonely little stone rock. I'm going to, our start point's right next to it. I'm going to stick it right here, basing our rock. We'll save it again, and let's go ahead and test it. See if we can walk on it, walk around our stone, see if we can walk through the stone, see if everything we did was correct. About to find out, right? Bam! Oh, I can't go through the stone. We did it. Great job. But that's how easy it is. You add another, you can add a tree, you can add bushes. The bushes you might not want to change the walk mesh at the bottom, so that way you can walk through the bush. You can put a chair down for the inside of an inn or a house or a couch or a workbench or blacksmithing. Imagination can go wild and do whatever you want to tiles now. You can take and grab placeables, import the placeable in the Gmax, grab the placeable you want, hide it, delete everything else, import your tile, link it to it, change the walk mesh if you need be, and there you go. You got your custom tile. But that's all there is to it. If the next video I'll go a little more into depth with some other things, but for this one that will be all, and I'll see you guys at the next video.